Hello, I'm Natalie Holt, Editor of Money Marketing, and I'm here with Dan Kemp of Morningstar to talk about the platform market. So Dan, I wanted to kick off first of all by talking about due diligence. There's been a lot of talk of late, particularly from the regulator, around advisors' approach to due diligence and whether they're managing that effectively. And I was just wondering what your take on that was.
Well, it's not really surprising that the FCA is focusing on platforms. They've become such an important part of the industry and a key way that clients' money is being invested. So we're going to see ever more scrutiny, I think, on the way that advisors choose and manage their platform relationships. But nevertheless, I think advisors are doing a very good job. My experience of advisors that are taking platform selection very seriously indeed. And so it's not something I think that should worry the industry.
Okay. And in terms of your own business, is there anything that you're doing to sort of adapt or evolve as the market changes, for example, with the shift to D2C, for example?
Well, D2C is obviously a very important change in the market. We don't deal directly with the public. We only work with advisors and distributors. And so it's not something that's affecting us directly, but we're making sure that we're supporting advisors so they can provide a really good proposition.
And how would that work? Is that in terms of a white label proposition or just tools that they can use to help clients understand their portfolio? What kind of thing are you talking about?
We work with advisors in a variety of ways. It may be providing them with data tools or financial planning software, analysis software, or fund ratings, or even asset management capability. Some of that we do on a white label basis, some carries our brand, but we're really building our business around advisors and what they need.
Okay. And how do you feel about where the market is headed? So 12 to 18 months down the line, what do you sort of see as the biggest challenges for the market and the retail investment space generally?
The biggest change is income. As the pension market becomes ever more flexible, then the platform's ability to deliver a suitable income strategy will be incredibly important. We've recently launched income portfolios, and when we were building those portfolios, we did a lot of work with the platforms to work out which are able to deliver income at the moment and to do it efficiently. There needs to be lots more development there before they can meet the needs of the public going forward post the legislation change.
Okay, and what kind of things do you think we're lacking at the moment then in terms of the development that's not there?
Well, some platforms aren't really able to deliver income across their entire product range. With some, capital is swept back into the portfolio when you rebalance rather than being paid out to the client. Some only allow access to accumulation share classes. There's lots of issues. I'm sure they'll all get sorted out, but it's clearly going to be a key focus for the industry over the next 12 months.
Okay. And with the budget that you talked about, obviously that's the kind of biggest tax planning and investment story for advisors right now. What kind of products do you see kind of emerging as we sort of go into April and beyond? Are we thinking perhaps flexible drawdown products, stuff that can help you stay invested? What do you think?
Our experience from the US and also Australia tells us that there's no one solution to this situation. There's not a killer product. Rather, what's going to happen, I think, is that the advisor are going to be providing a whole array of products for different clients. And the important thing is how those products are put together to meet the needs of the investor.
And do you feel the industry is ready at the moment to sort of gear up to that challenge? Because obviously it was kind of sprung on people in March, and then there's kind of been lots of activity in the wake of that. How ready do you think the industry is to sort of deliver on that kind of need for income?
Oh, well, the industry was shocked. It's one of the biggest shocks I've had in my career. But behind the scenes, I think both advisor firms and platforms and providers are all working extremely hard to get their services ready for April next year. I think we'll see a raft of new services, particularly in the first quarter as these propositions are put together and put out to the public.
Is there anything else that you sort of identify as a big challenge for platforms in the investment market? Consolidation, for example, or pressure on fund management charges, anything like that?
So fees are clearly an issue across the board. Clients are rightly becoming more cost savvy, and advisors are rightly being clear about the value they add to relationships. And so there's margin pressure on asset managers and also on the platform. So we will see changes there. but that's right and it's good. Consolidation, I think, is less of an issue. It's good to have that choice, but equally there will always be changes in the marketplace. I think the future's very bright for both the platform market and advisors using platforms. They're great tools.
Okay, Dan, thanks very much for your time.